this example, we're just going to create a really basic character using a star as an example. Going to add a bone group. Move our layer into this bone layer. And now this add bone tool appears. And I just click and drag. And this is my first bone. This is the root bone. Click and drag. Hit the up key to select that first bone again, because that's the bone I want to bind all the other bones to. Up key again. And if you didn't want to use the shortcut keys, you could also go in and use the select bone tool as well. And at frame 0, we can test out the rig. And at frame 1 and above, we're introducing an animation. So this is a basic example of bone rigging. Create a head. Name this layer head. Create a body. And then we're going to add another layer called arm. Right. Move this over a little bit, and then we're going to duplicate this layer, arm left, and just move it over here. Think add another layer, leg right. Position it using the translate layer tool. And now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer and flip it, and then move it over to the other side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bone layer again. Select all my different layers here and drag them into the bone group. First bone I'm going to add is for the body, next for the head. Up key again to select the main body. Left arm, up key again. Right arm, up key again. Right leg, up key again. Left leg. So I can test out my rig. I could use the bone strength tool as well and adjust some of these settings here. But what I want to do in this example is I want to bind certain layers to a certain bone. So I'm going to select the head layer again at frame 0, use the bind layer tool and click on the bone. Select a body layer, use the bind layer tool, select the body bone, and so forth. I use the manipulate bones tool again at frame 0, test out my rig. Now let's say I don't want the leg to spin around like this. I don't want the leg to spin around 360 degrees. I can use the select bone tool, frame 0, set up some constraints. I can use my mouse wheel in here if I wanted to change different values, or I can type in the value as well. Okay, now I'm going to create a quick little animation. Move up in the timeline, move the bones around. You can see that the arm can only bend so far because of the way the constraints have been set up, and the same as for the legs as well. And now let's say I wanted to add some facial features to this character. I could either draw my own, or I could pull from the content library. And I would again browse to the props tab over here and select a mouth. And also select some eyes. Use the scale layer tool to resize, position it on the head. And we're going to do the same for the mouth as well. Okay, now we also want to bind those to the bone as well, so we're going to select both of these parts, drag them into the bone group, and I'm going to select the mouth shape and use the bind layer tool, bind it to the head, and do the same with the eyes. And now if I use the manipulate bones tool, you will see that the facial features move with the head.